That's why Mr. Simo moved you to a different room, because you didn't inform anybody that you were recording, you just pressed record. So I moved you out because you gained permission. Or inform people that you were recording.
Okay, gents, let's get this started. So key points to discuss in the meeting today are obviously the new TeamSpeak that we are on. My computer's just gone weird. So the new TeamSpeak, the new campaign, we'll go over a brief overview on how that's going to be run. Side campaigns that have been going on recently, the public server, a task force arrowhead and how to fix it, new rules with VA, disciplinary on behaviour towards command in operations, the new mod pack, a few things on how the new campaign will be run, recruitment, and that's about it. So to start with, obviously we have changed TeamSpeak. We're on a new one. If you do see anybody on the old one, just point them in this direction. As of today, this will be our permanent fixture for the TeamSpeak. The old one wasn't, secure, and this one we are getting from K-Ford, who is also hosting our servers for us, which we pay for, apart from we don't pay for the TeamSpeak anymore, which was very kind of him. So yeah, that's basically that. Public server. Now, we've been discussing recently with the new public server, it's been pretty dead, as most of you have probably noticed. So we're asking if you are just sat in a lobby, not doing anything, twiddling your thumbs, sitting there, hop on the public server, do a operation, look around, fly a thing, or even just sit at base, to be honest, because as long as we have people in there, it means people will be joining. We doubled the slots on there, so it's always pretty much going to have slots, 48 slot server now, so you should be good on that. So yeah, if you have time, hop on. Next point, side campaigns. As you can tell, Bastion's been running a small side campaign on Zargabad. I don't know where you're up to with that, Bastion, if you're writing like a story or whatnot for that.
Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. So that's going to have some more things coming from him. That'll be run by Bastion, so if he's on, he has the admin password, I believe, for the server, so he can change the mission over. On that, I do ask you listen to Bastion, you listen to what he says and stuff like that, because obviously it is his. You treat him like anybody else in command when running an operation. And if you can't do that, then little treats and stuff like that on the side will go, and we'll just have our main operation. Ferguson is also working on one on a map called Kundes, which is an Afghan map. All the maps that we'll be using will be in a small map pack, which will belong to the 41st. Have any map that we use and any map we plan on using in there. Yeah, and there's a few more coming out, but we're working on them still. The new Serrani map, obviously most of you know, we're going to be moving on to Serrani.
User your channel.
Hello user, we will be on Serrani. It's going to be starting basically now, we've already started. The dynamicness of it will come in a few weeks. We're just, at the moment, quote-unquote, getting a foothold on the islands of Serrani, and then the dynamic campaigns will come into play. On this Sunday operations, we ask you do not join the tactical server. We may or may not change the password. If it hasn't been changed, just don't join. Whether you're testing your mods, whether you're doing anything, unless you are myself, Sergeant, First Lieutenant, or the Colour Sergeant, or Captain Ferguson, do not join, because it will have stuff on there, intel on there that you shouldn't be seeing until you are in the operation. Now then, Task Force Arrowhead radios do not work in the new mod pack. They need to be separate from the mods, which means you have to download them separately and update them separately. We will be running a small workshop kind of thing either tonight or tomorrow and next week same time to get everybody sorted with that. So yeah, makes it easier. We are now also inflicting new rules upon VA, or VAA. You can change your uniforms to some extent, you cannot change your guns. Medical supplies you can't change, however you need to use British uniforms. So we've got a lot of chest rigs, backpacks now and things like that. Unless you are a corporal, don't use the long range radios, just use the BAF backpacks and chest rigs. They are fine. I'll save that one to last. So yeah, the new mod pack got released on Monday. That will be the one used for the Sunday. If you don't have it, then you won't be joining the operation, I'm afraid, because that is literally when it's going to be deadline day, and you'll have to have it by then.
User joined your channel.
Now then, for the new campaign, medical supplies, things like that. At the beginning of the operation, do not ask to get medical supplies. Do not ask to get more ammo. Do not ask for anything. You have a kit, and there is a reason that those kits have been made, because they have everything that you could possibly need in them until, you shoot 4 clips at one person. Just simple as, don't change the stuff in your gear. You don't need crates and things like that. BSG will have that job now. They'll all be with BSG, sitting there waiting for them to fly over, drop them into you in the field. If anybody does complain, it'll be quite a simple response from the people leading that operation. Deal with it. And if you don't have earplugs because you changed your kit, then you're going to go deaf, because we're not going to cater to those kind of needs anymore, because of the unit's grown quite sufficiently. It's been around 4 or 5 months now, so it's not exactly something that you should still be questioning. Recruitment, which means recruitment is linked back to the public server. We are asking, obviously we had a big spike in recruitment, we got a lot of candidates through, so we are asking that people go on the public server again, just to get some publicity to it, which will bring the recruits back in, and we can start opening new MOSs and things like that for you guys, new sections, stuff like that. That way, it benefits everybody. We get more people in the unit, you guys get a chance at different sections that you want to have. Obviously at the moment we got the heavy weapons in BSG, which is still closed because we haven't had the recruits through and active enough. Behaviour towards command in operations. This includes corporals and higher. So basically this is snarky little comments, remarks, arrogance, things like that. It needs to stop, because it's not going to be so lackadaisical anymore. We are going to snap down on it, and if you are rude to people or corporals and you're not listening, it's going to be quite a simple sack up or get kicked from the server, and you won't take part. I mean, it's not nice. Bear in mind, we don't actually like shouting at people. Well, me, I kind of do, because it's fun. But, Muzzer, that's exactly the kind of comments that don't really need to be said. If it goes both ways, I mean, we don't really make snarky comments to you in operations. That's not something that we do. Right, Muzzer, see, you're prime example. I didn't want to point anybody out here, but you are prime example for snarky little comments and arrogancy. Muzzer, don't talk over me or I will kick you from the server. Right, I don't want him in the fucking room if he's just going to talk over me. Okay, so yeah, that applies to everybody. Don't talk over people, don't be rude, don't, snarky remarks. It doesn't need to happen. There was another point I remembered.
Left your channel.
Difficulty within operations and things like that. There is going to be an AI increase within operations. You will need to attend the majority of trainings, as otherwise you will not be prepared for the trainings, for the operations, sorry. So that, yeah, you can, actually deal with it. As you saw last night, I believe that it's pretty difficult now. It's not a walk in the park.
Joined your channel.
I remembered something and now I have forgotten. Okay, I don't know. Any questions on that and anything that was raised?
No. No, I've just got back. Have I missed anything of importance?
They are the points that have been gone over. If you want me to explain any in detail to you, I don't mind.
Just going back to last week's meeting, which I held, one of the things that I brought up was general, when someone's speaking, don't interrupt. When an issue's been raised and the individual who the issue is a part of, don't blurt their name out, and Muzzer kind of just went back on that. Well,
User joined your channel.
It's just little things that don't need to be said.
Yeah.
If somebody's talking, don't talk over them. If you disagree with something, feel free to come to Sergeant Rees is your fucking thingy commander. So yeah, he's your platoon sergeant. So
First protocol.
yeah,
After
go
your
to
corporal,
him.
obviously. If you have an issue, go to your corporal. If your corporal can't deal with it, he'll go to the sergeant. If the sergeant can't deal with it, he'll come to me. And God help you if I can't deal with it, because I'll send it up to Fergie and Jones.
So there you go. Just do that. You don't need to make a little comment over somebody and talk over somebody. Especially in briefings and things like that. Briefings, don't talk over people, because then you miss what that briefing is, and then you're on the field and you don't know what you're doing and things like that. But apart from that, I'm done on points, so if anybody else has anything they want to raise, say now.
I have a small question. I'm not sure. I do not know if it was spoken about yet. What's the meaning of the squad RSV on the roster? That's really intriguing me.
That is
Go Fergie.
that is the squad reserve, basically.
Oh, reserve. Okay.
Yeah, that is there's a reserve and then there's a squad reserve. The squad reserve is basically for the
User
candidates
joined
who
your
get
channel.
promoted, but we do not have a slot to stick them in yet. They'll be stuck in that until a slot becomes free. So if there's like a squad or section missing an ammo bearer, whoever's in the squad reserve will come into that squad and fill it up.
Okay, because I thought it was some sort of specialized thingy. I was already trying to figure out what the RS and V meant. Okay, thanks.
Any other questions?
I have a question about training.
Oh.
So with because there's a lot, because on the Orbat, there's a load of different options now for like different trainings. So are those going to be the specialist trainings that are on like Fridays and Thursdays?
Yeah. At the moment, we're gonna try and get some sort of training marshals, but at the moment, the only people who can approve you of one of these will not be your corporals. It will be sergeant or higher. So yeah, we'll do it on the specialist training days. I think we have one tomorrow. And we'll go through. We'll tick you off. If you have it, then you can gain that in your squad MOS. If you don't have that, then you can't use it in your squad MOS.
Okay.
Anything else, gents?
Just want to ask. Basically, I will be LOA for like 1 month after this Sunday. I
Fill
won't
out
be even able.
LOA form.
I won't even be able to join this Sundays up. But what I want to ask, because I know that I will be missing so much training during that time. And I know that I would be put it in a slot, which means that I would be in LOA. When I come back, will I have to do some kind of, refreshment training or some stuff like that? Or I don't know.
No.
I come back.
No, you should be fine as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
When you come back, obviously, just attend trainings and things like that, and then you get used to it again.
Most of the stuff on our training, obviously, is on a rotisserie basis, so there'll be stuff. There's not much that you haven't covered as far as I know.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. If the tech server is going to be dropped down for the corporal and the rest this week, BM Battle Media section has a deadline till Friday. So if it's down, we cannot record or do anything, right?
You can host your own servers.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah,
it's just the internet. You can...
This week we're working on a lot of things for the new maps and the new mod pack and things like that. So we need the tactical server quite a lot of the time.
Okay.
Anything else? Nope. Okie dokie. Well, I mean, Command, if you've got anything else that you want to... Oh, actually, I want to get something up towards the media section here. If you could put together some graphics for the new website that I'm working on, that would be quality. And yeah, they'll be used and publicised. If anybody else have any pictures, I'll pop them
I
on
have
the
a funny
website
idea.
that I'm working on. Go for it, Adam.
Does anyone remember the advertisements for the Royal Marines 10 years in the early 2000s? It's a state of mind.
Yeah.
Check
We could
that.
do like a YouTube
Copyrighted.
video like similar.
Yeah, they got very good copywriting on that one. I went and checked that
Yeah.
one out. We'd have to be very, very, very inventive and very careful about how we did anything with that.
Yeah, it'd have to be like something not like the same, but like without any like badges or anything.
Can't have the same. Can't have any badges. Can't have the same music.
That's what I mean. It's completely different. Like same idea, but no like anything that was like in it. You don't put in. Basically, that was the idea that I had.
So a recruitment video then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got ideas for a video, throw them towards the media group. They can work on them with you. Get your ideas across as well. Okay, I'm pretty much good to wrap this up here. It's been a pretty short meeting, but if nobody else has got anything to say, then yeah, there we go. I will upload this to YouTube or something at some point with a graphic over the top, so if you do want to listen over it, it will be on there. If you have anything else to say, I'll be upstairs in the office with probably Lieutenant Reed, Fergie, Rees and Durham, just because we're discussing a few things towards the new campaign. And you're all dismissed from the meeting, gents.
Media guys, we have a meeting right now after this. So bounce up a channel.
Which channel?
Drag me like the bitch I am.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Okay. Basically, I'm gonna pop Bastion's mission on the tactical server. The password has changed.
Would you be able to quickly change the file so you can give me Zeus?
I may be able to. I'll do it now and then I'll upload it. Okay, I'll let you know.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
User joined your channel. Buddy left your channel.